If you've ever felt like that your journey is burning you from inside out and that no one around you really gets you, as in your path doesn't make sense to anybody around you, yet something in you refuses to give up, then maybe, just maybe, you are on a very unique path and there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken at all. You are awakening to a reality that no one else has experienced around you. I often felt like that I didn't quite belong anywhere. Like I was walking on a path that no one around me could really understand. And for the longest time, I couldn't find the right word for what I was feeling until one day it hit me that I've always felt like a yogini of the new age. And this one is for the women who have felt the same. For the ones who are trying to make sense why their life, their emotions, their life choices feel so different than everyone around them. The other day, I was reflecting on my journey and I realized that it has never been a conventional one. And it's not about the career choices, the relationship choices, or how I've chosen to live my life. It's much deeper. It's the way I have chosen to walk through life, which at times felt like I was walking through fire. But I've still found the courage to keep my heart open. The way I've always chosen the truth, even if it meant being misunderstood. The way I've always felt like even from a very young age, I always have had this feeling. I always felt like that I was guided by something higher, something that always kept whispering in my ears. Every time I felt like I was getting lost, I always heard this voice within me that said, stay strong, stay aligned, don't abandon your soul just to fit in. That secret voice, that whisper, is now what I call the yogini within me. Traditionally, in Sanskrit, yogini means a woman who has dedicated her entire life journey to her spiritual growth. Basically, a devotee who lived away from the world, absolutely dedicated to the union with the divine. But the new age yogini, women like us, we are different. We still live in this world. We work, we love, we create, we face heartbreaks. For us, the life itself is our temple. We don't need to go somewhere else, live in the forest to find the divine. We know how to find the divine here and now. Every breath, every emotion, every challenge is part of our sacred practice. The modern yogini doesn't need to renounce the world. She walks through chaos, yet her heart remains anchored in devotion. Every challenge she faces is an initiation. Every loss, a teacher. Every silence is like a doorway back to herself. And even when she feels lost, alone, or invisible, something deep inside her knows she didn't come here to live an ordinary life. She came here to awaken not just herself, but everyone connected to her. So how do you know if you're walking the path of the new age yogini? Well, there are no rules or checklists here. There are only signs of remembrance. You can say that it's like a subtle knowing that begins to rise within you. But from my experience, I can give you some idea what it often looks like. So, most important thing, first and foremost, it begins with a breaking. Maybe you experience a season in your life where everything starts to fall apart. Relationships, jobs, identities. It feels like as if life lovingly strips away everything that was keeping you comfortable. So you can finally remember what's beneath it all. And this can feel achingly lonely. You might be surrounded by people, but still feel deeply unseen. Like your soul speaks a language that no one else can understand. You look around and wonder, why do I feel things so deeply? Why can't I just be like everyone else? But that relentlessness that you feel, that ache in your chest, it's the first whisper of the yogini within you saying, you're meant for more. Next is obvious. I've already mentioned it a bit. You feel deeply. Your sensitivity might overwhelm you at times. You cry easily. You sense energies. You sense other people's pain. But this sensitivity is not weakness. It's your initiation into embodiment. It's how you connect back to your body and how you connect to the divine through this vessel, through the rawness of being human. While today's world celebrates numbness, the yogini has decided to feel everything because she knows that her emotions are sacred messengers. Next thing is that you have tried to fit in, but failed spectacularly. You have tried to be the woman everyone expected you to be. Agreeable, successful, logical. But every time You chose to play small for acceptance, your soul dimmed. Until one day, you couldn't do it anymore. That's when the yogini within you begins to awaken. The one who no longer seeks validation, who doesn't need to be understood, who knows her solitude is sacred because that's how her power is born. Next is you begin to see life as your teacher. You start to recognize that nothing was random. Every heartbreak, every delay, every ending was sculpting you into who you came here to be. And you stop resisting what's falling apart. You start to see the divine hand behind every dismantling. You begin to walk with grace, not because life is easy, but because you remember that the divine moves through you. Trust the pauses, the silence, the unknown. You stop rushing to fix things. Instead, you soften, you surrender, and you listen. Because deep down, the yogini in you knows this stripping away of everything that's false is purification. And she walks through that fire with devotion. She may fall to her knees, but she always rises softer and stronger. Now, there's something that most of us miss in this journey, that this path of yogini is not something you choose, but something that chooses you. Looking back, I realized that it was not that one day I woke up and started to walk this path knowing that I'm going in this direction, which is very different from what other people are experiencing around me. But to me, it felt more like the goddess herself started to call me back home. Sometimes by pushing me into silence, sometimes through heartbreaks that she put me through in, and sometimes through this invisible ache within me that I couldn't name. There were moments when I felt I was pulled by the sacred feminine, as if something within me, something ancient within me was remembering itself. And it wasn't gentle. Sometimes it showed up like anxiety attack, restlessness, deep grief cycles, like my soul could no longer pretend to live half asleep. That was her call, the Shakti within me, whispering, come home. And she calls each of us differently. For some, it could feel like the call is coming through something as powerful as Ma Kali, who starts to burn away everything that's fake in your life. For some people, it could be coming through Ma Lalita, inviting sweetness, devotion, and sacred play. Now, you don't need to name her to feel her. You don't need to know the goddesses. You will know it when you'll feel that undeniable pull, that sense that your soul is being reshaped into something different, something bigger, something deeper, something that's freer, truer, and more luminous. And if you're watching this and thinking, this is me, this is exactly how I've been feeling, then this is your sign. You're not lost, you're not crazy, you're being initiated. You are the new age yogini, the woman walking through the unknown with grace, devotion, and fire in her heart. So if your path feels heavy right now, if you're shedding identities, walking through endings, and questioning everything, please know you're not doing it wrong. You're walking the path of the sacred remembrance. You're learning to trust your own rhythm again. And no matter how chaotic the life looks on the outside right now, the goddess, the yogini within you is guiding each step of your awakening. The yogini in you already knows the way home. All you have to do is listen. So thank you so much, loves, for tuning in today. And if this episode resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have a question to ask, please leave your question in the comment box. And if you're a woman who is walking the path of a yogini, who's on her feminine healing journey, and you need some support, I'll mention my services in the description box. And I will see you in the next episode.